morning, children. Hope you all are staying at home. It's a very crucial time. Stay at home and take care of yourself. Study properly, listen to your parents, okay? So, the last class we have learned about insects. Today we will learn about a new chapter, that is from lesson number 9, water as a resource. As we know, water is the world's most precious resource the earth provides to mankind. It is very important for plants and animals' life because animals and plants depends on water. We get water mainly from three sources, that is rainwater, surface water and groundwater. It is a universal solvent. About 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. Water carries nutrients to all the cells present in our body and oxygen to the brain. It also flushes the toxins and waste from our body. Water helps to regulate the body temperature. It is limited and precious resource. Keep it in mind, water is very precious and limited. Don't waste water. Okay? Now we will see the water cycle, which is very important and which occurs in the nature daily. Water cycle occurs in nature. In this cycle, two processes takes place, that is evaporation and condensation, which I will show you through the experiment. First we will see, you can see the picture of water cycle here. This is the surface. Here the groundwater is here, surface water. When the surface water gets the sun rays, the water gets heated up. When the water becomes warm, it becomes a steam, vapor and rises up into the atmosphere. So the changing of water to water vapor, that is called evaporation. When it reaches the cloud, it cools down and becomes snow or drops of water. When it becomes very heavy, it falls down as precipitation. So this cycle goes on repeating. It is very important, water cycle is very important because it provides continuous water supply to all the living things. Now children, you can see, here I have taken a container. In this container there is some water. I have applied the heat here, the water started to boil. So the water is boiling and changing into vapor. You can see the water is changing into vapor. The change of water to water vapor, this is called evaporation. Now when the vapor comes in contact with the cold surface, this is very cold. When this vapor is coming in contact with the cold surface, the water vapor is again changing into droplets of water. You can see here. This is called condensation. As we know, the water which we get from these sources is not pure for our consumption. So we need to purify them. Water has different types of impurities. There are two types, insoluble impurities and some are soluble impurities. So in order to make the water fit for specific purposes, we need to purify them by different processes. First we will see the different processes are, first I will show you two experiments or three different types of experiments to remove the insoluble impurities from water. First is sedimentation. I will show you through an experiment. You can see this water, it is dirty water. It is full of mud and sand and other insoluble impurities. If I will allow this container to remain for some time without disturbing it, the insoluble impurities will settle down. Children, you can see here in this container the impurities have already settled down. So the settling down of the impurities at the bottom of the container and separating the liquid at the top layer, this is called sedimentation. Settling down of impurities at the bottom of the container and separating the liquid at the upper level, this is called sedimentation. And if I pour this water slowly into another container and separating the clear water from the top, this is called decantation. Pouring of the clear water into another container, that is called decantation. Another process to separate the insoluble impurities from the water, that is called filtration. In this process, we use the filter to remove the insoluble impurities from the liquid. There is a candle inside which has small pores. The water can pass through those small pores, but the impurities cannot pass, and thus we get the clear water, pure water for drinking, which becomes fit for our consumption. As I told you, there are two types of impurities. Till now we have seen the separation of insoluble impurities from the water. Now we will see the separation of soluble impurities from water. As I told you that there are different processes. I have shown you just before that if you boil the water for 10 to 15 minutes, then all the germs in the water die. So we can purify the water by boiling the water for 10 to 15 minutes. This is one process of killing the germs. The next is chlorination. Means adding chlorine to the water. If we add some chlorine to the water becomes pure for our drinking. There is one more thing in your book, that is rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting means you have to collect the rainwater and store them for future use. We should not waste the water as it is very much precious and valuable. So everyone try to collect the rainwater and use it in future. Children, you all understood the whole chapter very nicely. How precious the water is in our life. So the different types of impurities, how can you purify them for your using, and the different processes. Hope you will purify the water before drinking. So the easiest process to purify the water before drinking, that is boiling. So you understood nicely and apply the experiment. Thank you children, study nicely and keep learning.